Yo, what is going on, guys? It is King Amber here, and I'm back with a new YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the first chapter of Mortal Kombat 1 story. It was released a couple days ago, and I actually took a look at it. But today, we're going to be doing a breakdown and analysis. We're going to be going over some things and talking about it. And hopefully, some of the things that we had questions about, we might potentially get some answers. Before we get into today's YouTube video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It is much appreciated. We are growing quickly, and with the goal busting past 2,000, hopefully we can now get to 2,500 before Mortal Kombat 1 begins in September. Without further ado, let's get into today's YouTube video.
My friends, your patience is about to be rewarded, for I have saved the best for last. I have recently discovered a cure-all of unrivaled potency. It will soon be on the shelves in every home of Outworld. This elixir is crafted from an ancient recipe. It has Patreon flowers, Margovian nectar, powdered teeth of an Arctican dragon. All this and more, infused with powerful Lycorian magic. There is a village in the next canton over.
Looks like this is Shang Tsung actually speaking to Outworld, maybe?
All diseases, even Tarkat, have disappeared.
Hey, hinting the Tarkat, so that's Baraka.
Now, magic this potent is expensive. And I am sure you're asking yourselves, can I afford it? But the true question you must ask is, can I afford to be without it?
At first glance, this really looks like... Okay, yeah, so it is Shang Tsung confirmed. At first glance, though, it kind of looks like Shujinko. Especially since we just saw Shujinko revealed for Mortal Kombat 1.
You are?
Someone fool enough to have believed you. My daughter was dying when you came to my farm. You promised a miracle, and I gave you all I had. But only days later, she was dead.
That is impossible. My magic could not have failed her.
There was no magic! I took your elixir to an Imperial mage, and you know what she said? It's nothing! Just Bourgeois tea!
The mage is mistaken, kind sir. My elixirs are of superior quality.
And he is...
Their efficacy is
Man.
guaranteed.
Oh my god, he's taking out the aggression on Shang Tsung. I mean, he did lie, so it definitely understandable. Oh my god, though, they were all looking to gang up on him. Okay. Rough day. See, that's why I was surprised that, because it looks like Shujinko, but when he takes off the like disguise mask and whatnot, like I guess the old style, it does like say, oh, this is Shang Tsung. Okay, this is the first like big spoiler that we're gonna have, so we're gonna go ahead and press pause. Is that this is, which is amazing, because you know it wasn't really like thought of that Kronica was gonna return. We saw Kronica in Mortal Kombat 11. She had basically the biggest impact. She was the villain of Mortal Kombat 11, and with the whole hourglass, you know, bursting, you know, the Liu Kang victory, you would have thought Kronica wasn't gonna return. So really interesting that she's back, and it kind of makes us wonder. First off, how is she even back? We saw her die. We saw the hourglass shattered, and we thought, okay, this is now going to be a new timeline written, with Liu Kang being the one who's like controlled the hourglass, you know, basically creating like a new dynasty, you know, basically like a new, I guess, a direction that the story could be taking. And with Kronica returning, it makes us wonder, is she once again now going to be the main villain again? So and I know this is probably going to be like hated because people didn't like Kronica for Mortal Kombat 11, but I must say that her redesign actually, with the hood, she looks, I would say, way better than Mortal Kombat 11 with no hood. I don't know. It kind of like you kind of have like mixed emotions whenever like you finally see Kronica. With this being the first 17 minutes of like the story mode gameplay, being able to say like what direction were they going to be taking. And initially, it has been like I guess like theorized like who is going to be the main villain, because we hadn't seen for like such a period of time or even hinted who the main villain of Mortal Kombat 1 was even going to be. Some people thought, oh, Onaga could be the main villain and was just hidden. Shang Tsung could be the main villain. But Kronica is here, and she actually looks like she's going to once again have a huge role on the story mode. So now she's making an appearance on Shang Tsung, and let's see what has to be said about it.
Customer, if it's revenge you want, have at it. If it's restitution, there's nothing left.
What I want, Shang Tsung, is to elevate you, to make you the great sorcerer that now you can only pretend to be.
A generous offer. Why me?
You are uniquely resilient. Who else could eke out a living traveling Outworld's hinterlands, selling quack cures and fake magic?
A living. It is barely survival.
And you were meant for more. To live among kings, not peasants. But since before you were born, you have been conspired against by those who fear how formidable you could become.
How do you know this? Who are you?
I am your deliverer, Shang Tsung. Join me, and I will put the realms at your feet.
So really interesting, because it's almost like the same promises that Kronica had in Mortal Kombat 11, how she basically like told people like, if you join her, then like you're gonna be like the dominant, force to be reckoned with, and it's kind of like the broken promises that were, I guess, basically said in Mortal Kombat 11, and it's the same thing going on for Mortal Kombat 1 to start. Here she is approaching Shang Tsung, basically telling him that he's destined for more instead of, selling fake magic, fake potions that don't heal people. She basically is trying to make him the powerful sorcerer that he is destined to be, and that's why she's approaching him. So right here, it's almost like she's basically setting up for Shang Tsung to be the, the main, I wouldn't say the main villain, but a villain to be reckoned with for the whole entire like Mortal Kombat 1 heroes, so to say. Basically coming to him with a promise saying, join me and I'll be able to make you the powerful sorcerer that you should be, and not be doing this like fake living lifestyle that you should be that you're currently living right now. So coming to Shang Tsung with a promise. Now, what we saw in Mortal Kombat 11 was the promises basically weren't fulfilled. And the same thing could potentially be taken the same direction on Mortal Kombat 1. Coming to Shang Tsung, potentially coming to other, quote-unquote villains that were potentially going to be seeing for Mortal Kombat 1. Shang Tsung could just be, like, one of many villains that could be going on. Who knows? Maybe this isn't the, maybe this Mortal Kombat 1 story isn't going to just have one strict villain. Maybe it's going to have multiple villains like coming together, forming an army, and basically trying to take over, as if, Outworld or, other realms are basically trying to defeat Earthrealm. That's basically what the Mortal Kombat the whole story mode has basically been trying to pursue this entire time. And now this is basically the same direction, in a sense, from what Kronica is basically preaching to Shang Tsung. And you asked, and you even saw that Shang Tsung said, like, who are you? Like, how do you even know this? And what Kronica, what she did in Mortal Kombat 11 was rule the timeline. She knew basically multiple eras, multiple different, timelines, as if how they could potentially take over. But what we could potentially see from Earthrealm was, oh, there's one timeline where they define or defeat the odds of basically preventing all this happening. So already you can kind of see that basically this, in a sense, looks like it's going to pick up from Mortal Kombat 11. Maybe not fully, but it seems in the direction from what the beginning is going that this could be the same direction heading as Mortal Kombat 11. Pretty evil too, I must say, of a smile coming from Shang Tsung right there. Okay, that's Raiden and Kung Lao, and it looks like Chapter 1 is going to be Kung Lao. Okay, the new era. Yeah. So this is probably where things are probably going to get started for Mortal Kombat 1. You know, getting used or basically introducing the quote-unquote Earthrealm heroes, so to say. We have Raiden and we have Kung Lao, and we have a different background, right? So once again, this is a different timeline compared to the previous Mortal Kombats. How basically it looks like this is going to be the life, or basically what is to say? I guess the pre-moment getting into the like fighters or heroes that they're going to be destined for the Mortal Kombat 1 Earthrealm hero look. We basically see that they're having I guess their work that they're doing right now in a field, and then basically it's gonna introduce us to being able to see like, oh, like how did Kung Lao get his powers, or like how did he become Kung Lao? How does Raiden become the Thunder God? Like basically getting the I guess the prequel before the actual events start to occur.
Raiden, you would rather we starve?
No, no, of course not. But we've worked these fields since we were kids. In 40 years, we'll still be here. Stooped and feeble like Old Man Wei.
As long as I've known you, you've dreamed of leaving Fengjian. Why can't you be happy here?
Our ancestors fought in great wars. They died with honor and glory. Stories of our great adventures will be passed down for generations.
It may not be glorious, but what we do helps the village thrive.
I know. But is it so wrong to want some excitement?
If that's what you want, may I suggest a bet? Dinner at Madame Beau's tonight.
I love this because it's such a different direction from what we're so used to seeing with these two.
Since when? You're on, Raiden. That is amazing.
I am starving. I wonder what Madame Beau is making tonight.
For you two, whatever you want.
She reminds me of Blanche, the interactable that we saw in Mortal Kombat X.
Like the sons I never
She reminds
had.
me of her.
Have you two been practicing my lessons?
As we can. The harvest leaves us little time for martial arts.
Since your first words, Kung Lao, you've mouthed nothing but excuses. If you fail to prepare...
Your preparations will fail you.
Good. You haven't forgotten. But we'll see if I make you anything special tonight.
I'm glad you're paying. Madame Beau might just pad the bill with her anger.
I am paying? You finished work last.
But I delivered my cart first.
Delivered? Huh. The bet was filled.
That's not what I remember.
So that's how it is, eh? What do you say we settle this man to man?
It's our first introduction also, as you can tell.
Yes.
The tea house stage
Right
is our
here,
first introduction
right
with Chapter 1.
Madame Beau can watch. Critique our form.
Oh! As we can see in the background too. we can see that this is Liu Kang. Obviously, he's wearing his hood, but you can tell with the eyes, you know, that Liu Kang is, in a sense, like scouting or looking for his heroes to basically, like, help defend and protect Earthrealm. You can kind of see he's already there. So it's, in a way, it's like he doesn't even know them. Like I said, this is a fresh new beginning. This is a different start, different direction than what we're, like, actually used to. I mean, you look at, like, Raiden. Like, Raiden has been the, like, he's an elder god, and this time it looks like he doesn't even have his powers, or he doesn't know his powers yet. You know, Kung Lao, he doesn't have his buzzsaw hat. So, like, basically, this is like Kung Lao, or not Kung Lao, Liu Kang, like, looking and, like, scouting his potential heroes, seeing the potential that they could possibly lead to protect Earthrealm. And I think that's interesting because roles reverse, Raiden actually went to, you know, scout and, like, basically find his, like, protectors and fighters for Earthrealm. So I'd love to see the basically the swap as far as the main leader for Earthrealm, and basically seeing the build up to see how they found and discovered the heroes.
Best 2 out of 3?
Fair enough.
We must be careful. Madame Bo will kick us out if we break something.
Oh, this won't last long enough for that to happen. You will be down in no time.
Fight!
Alright, so we're going to take a look at this. First off, this is, like, our first, like, look at Kung Lao. We haven't had really a breakdown of Kung Lao, as well as Raiden, too. We've only seen, like, between, like, trailers, a little bit of, like, gameplay action. Once again, not breakdown of Raiden. So this is going to be, like, a first look. We're going to take a look at some things and hopefully see if we can, like, analyze what kind of attacks that they have. Okay, so he looks like he has kind of like his, like, up dive kick is Kung Lao. Kind of has that, like, same jump over from Mortal Kombat 11.
So hopeless.
There's going to be a launcher right there. Looks like an overhead kick coming out from Raiden, but it actually got interrupted. And I think it's so unique, too, that we see this battle, right? Because this is them without, like, their powers, or basically them without their skills that they have, right? Once again, Kung Lao doesn't have his buzzsaw hat. Raiden doesn't have his thunder powers. Like, it's so interesting seeing this and basically, like, being able to discover, like, later on in the story how everything starts to form and come along together. But basically, it's like two guys with martial arts skills, like, fighting against each other. And that's exactly what we saw from, like, Madame Bo being the, like, the teacher for Raiden and for Kung Lao. It's not like someone else teaching them. It's actually, you know, a woman who basically, you know, took them into arms, basically treated them as family, called them her sons, basically. So teaching them the martial arts form and being able to see, like, what kind of fighters they're going to be developed into.
We both know how this ends.
The up dive kick really has my attention in what we see. Okay, and he actually has his full dive kick too, is Kung Lao. Sweep. I haven't seen too much of Raiden, but I think it's expected. So I was actually, like, guessing or assuming that we were going to see, like, gameplay from Raiden, but obviously this is the first chapter is Kung Lao, so of course the main direction and focus was going to be mainly on Kung Lao. But you can kind of see, I mean, he has his martial arts skills, he has an up dive kick, he has a downward dive kick, looks like he has a low startup, he has you know, his jab strings. Pretty, you know, just generic stuff. Nothing too, like, overwhelming or too fancy from the first fight. But at least we can kind of see, you know, a direction that they're going to be taking.
You haven't beaten me yet.
The day's coming, Kung Lao.
Keep telling yourself that.
You were hungry.
Oh.
Everything was delicious, Madame Bo.
Thank you, Raiden. You boys are always a pleasure to cook for.
Keep on paying, Raiden. Ooh, okay, our first look at Smoke.
Madam Bo, the Lin Kuei await your answer.
Oh, and the whole Lin Kuei showed up too.
I have been busy, Smoke.
The Lin Kuei? Who are they?
Don't know. But
Fierce
I don't like where
ninjas.
this is going.
What do we do?
Stay ready.
Madam Bo, it is a simple choice. Pay for our protection, or risk harm to this fine establishment.
You'll get nothing from me.
That, Madam Bo, is unfortunate.
Oh my god, causing chaos. Oh my god, what a punch. Ooh!
Madam Bo!
Because she said no? Like, she didn't deserve that. Ooh!
You two are brave, but against us, you are in over your head.
We don't care who you are or who you are with. You will not menace Madam Bo.
Fight.
Okay, we're gonna pause right here because when I first saw this, I thought this was super unique. I think this is something that really no one's talking about. You can see from Kung Lao and like Raiden, you see that the cameo is there, but you don't see it from Smoke. He doesn't have a cameo, so it makes me wonder if, because people have had the, you know, the questions or like some assumptions like, hey, like, is there going to be only cameo mode for Mortal Kombat 1? Which they said there would be. There's not going to be just a mode where there's no, like, just a straight-up fighter without a cameo. But yet we see from the story that Smoke is just on his own with no cameo. So it makes me wonder if some moments in the story mode are actually going to be just you as a fighter alone without a cameo. And that could draw some interest to people, because I know some people just strictly, they're not a fan of the cameos and they only want one-on-one modes. For the most part of this game, though, this game is strictly based for like having a cameo. And one thing is also really interesting is that Raiden is looked at as a cameo for this fight with Kung Lao, but yet Raiden isn't a confirmed cameo in the actual game's roster. So maybe a potential cameo in the future. Who knows, really, right? Just a tag-along fighter with Kung Lao in this fight. So that was just a couple things that I really looked at, is that maybe there's going to be some potential fights in this story that you are going to be fighting just strictly your fighter alone with no cameo, or maybe that this could be a potential hint that some of these fighters or cameos that you see tagging along with the fighters may be cameos in the future. Maybe this is just hint or some guesses that we can potentially make for the future of Mortal Kombat 1. Alright, let's see if we can discover any different moves coming up from Kung Lao, or even Smoke. Okay, amplified dive kick. See the teleport coming out from Smoke. I'm going to say that's a low right there, but I could potentially be wrong. It could be a mid. Okay, launcher coming up with that kick. No, I love that. That's a corner side switch. Okay, yeah, just like the cartwheel cameo usage attack right there coming out from Raiden.
Person to extort, ruffian.
Hard knockdown. Looked like a short hop. Wow, it had a lot of hit. Let's actually rewind that real fast. That jump kick actually had a lot of hits done to it. I mean, it's it looked like a little short hop attack, but it actually had a lot of stun to it. You can kind of see Smoke look a little bit as if fainted right here. And that's going to be a full combo potential that we could potentially see coming out from Kung Lao. Not too much coming out as far as from smoke. And a little bit of a difference that we saw from the first fight for within Kung Lao. Oh my God! He just caught him and then threw him face first on the ground. I thought he was gonna show a little bit of mercy right there. Okay, first look at Sub-Zero. And Scorpion, all right. And the Lin Kuei really came in heavy.
I have no idea.
You interfere with Lin Kuei business. Leave or face our wrath.
Abandon Madame Bo. Not happening.
And I hope Madame Bo is okay after that fall too onto the table.
Want more? I have plenty.
You should have fled when you could. Prepare to regret ever crossing the Lin Kuei.
Fight.
See, we can still see that Raiden's the cameo for Kung Lao, and we actually see that Sub-Zero. Now, Sub-Zero is actually a confirmed cameo into the game. As you can see, there's one of his actual cameo attacks that we're gonna see in the actual base of the game. That move of a cameo is actually makes you immune to projectiles. If, for those who didn't know.
For what it's worth, I'm not regretting this yet.
That spear actually looks mad fast and quick. Okay, there's an armored attack coming out from Scorpion. Kind of like his dash attack, kind of like the demon dash that we saw from Mortal Kombat 11. Looks like it's returning just in a different form. Back throw coming out from Scorpion. Okay, there's this like little like death spin. I think that attack is so funny how he just puts him in a headlock and starts punching him in the head.
Crossing me.
How does he have so much force to jump off the table like that? Bro, look at the NPC. He doesn't even... It's like he's just used to a battle going on. Look at him. Just grabbing an ice cube and just pouring it into his cup. I think that's funny. Just absolutely unfazed by a battle going on right beside him.
Incompetent.
Oh, that works.
Kind of looks like a little hint or basically like a little glimpse on how he gets his buzzsaw hat.
Down like the rest of your Lin Kuei.
Potentially.
Prayer against the Lin Kuei's Grand Master.
Fight.
Okay, now we just basically see a swap and rolls. We see Scorpion is now the cameo for Sub-Zero. Cartwheel kick coming up from Raiden. What a block on the overhead.
Sorry, but I have to ask. Can any of you Lin Kuei fight?
Okay, that kind of is a different approach to his normal spin that we're used to seeing. We saw kind of like a first glimpse of like a Scorpion cameo attack, but we didn't get to see it because they got beat out right there. And Scorpion is once again also another confirmed cameo for the base roster of the game.
you're a grandmaster?
Okay, and that actually looks like that's going to be the end of chapter 1. So we saw some things, you know, we saw some interesting things coming out. We saw a little bit of a glimpse of Kung Lao. We kind of see how the story is going to be taking. Kind of makes me wonder, what is the deal with the Lin Kuei? You know, because are they like the bad guys? Like, we've seen the Lin Kuei trailer, and they kind of look like they're like, they have like an objective or like a mission that they're trying to obtain. But right here, they're really attacking Madame Bo and like you know, a non-power Kung Lao and Raiden, basically before they get their powers. So makes us wonder why they're kind of attacking, basically because Madame Bo just didn't want to protect them. But also get a glimpse of like Kronica is back, and she could potentially be a villain and have an impact or a role on the story mode once again for Mortal Kombat 1, and potentially, you know, trying to gather like an army starting with Shang Tsung, and we could potentially see more of like people she tries to gather to basically have her on her side to see if she can basically, like, in a sense, have a timeline where she rules, because in Mortal Kombat 11 she actually got defeated. So basically seeing if she can in this timeline that Liu Kang created, seeing if she could actually prevail in this deferred timeline. So really interesting, very unique first 17 minutes of the story mode that we got to check out. But that is going to be really it for this video. We didn't get to see too much. We got to you know, we got to talk and break down and now analyze a couple things of the story mode, but that just basically gets to set up what we're in for the story mode, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I will be, you know, streaming this on Twitch and also uploading me playing the story mode in the future for Mortal Kombat 1, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. But that is going to do it. Let me know in the comment section what was your favorite moment, or, you know, what are you really looking forward to within the story mode coming up? Are you excited, or are you upset that Kronica is indeed back? And I can't wait to read and be able to engage in the comment section your guys' thoughts. But that is going to do it for this YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. Take care.